Have you ever wanted to create that text in sand effect, but didn't want to have to pay for expensive design software? Well, I've got some good news. I'm going to show you how to do this right inside of Canva. And it's easier than you think. You can use this for summer content, seasonal promotions, or even some fun summer graphics. My name is Kat. This is Canva Catterday. Let's get to it. To create this effect, we're going to use some of the tools in the Elements tab. So go over to Elements, and you want to search for Sand Letters. You'll see the option for some photos. If you click See All, there are a bunch of different types of letters that are drawn in the sand. I want to type the word beach. I'm going to click here where it says B, and then I'm just going to add the rest of the letters. So we need an E, and an A, a C, and an H. There we go. And then you can just rearrange them so that they fall in line with what you need. I'm going to move these over. Now you can see I've got backgrounds here to these photos, and I don't want that. So we're just going to remove those. Click on the first one and just click on Background Remover. And do that for each one of the letters. Just like that. Now these are a little wide. You can see there's a lot of empty space with each of the letters. We can resize that. I'm just going to highlight them all and just drag this middle handle, and it's going to make them a little more narrow. It'll just make them a little bit easier to work with. And then you want to position them like you would write in the sand. So we're just going to put each one of them next to each other. You may have to change the alignment or the size. This B is a little too large. I'll bring that down just a little. But it's meant to be written in the sand. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Once you have them all the way you would like them to be, I'm just going to group them so it's going to be easier to move them all together. Now we need to find a background. So back over to Elements. And I want to find sand. I'll just type sand so we can find a beach photo. How about this one? We'll use this one right here. I'm going to set it as my background. And there you go. That's pretty good. It looks pretty good just like that. However, you'll notice that the color of the sand in these letters is just a little bit different than the color of the sand in my background image. But there's an easy way to fix that. Click on the first letter right here. I'll just click on this H, and go up here. You'll see a color swatch. Click on that color swatch, and over here, Canva gives you the option to see the colors that are in your specific photos. So you can choose any of these colors to make it look a little more realistic. So we'll click this color right here, and see how it blends in just a little bit better. It looks a little more realistic within this sand photo. So I'll just do this for each one of my letters so that each one looks like it blends into my sand. Keep clicking off accidentally. There we go. And my last one. Now you have letters in the sand. Let's do another one. I'm going to add another photo. This time I want to add something with some water to it. So how about we do a sand beach, and let's find something. This one's okay. This one's better. Let's do this one. I'll set this as my background. And I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to copy it and paste it right onto my other photo. And maybe make it a little bit larger. Now this is okay, but once again, the color's not quite right. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see it doesn't quite match. It just looks like I cut and pasted it on there. So we once again want to change the color to match the background photo. Go back up to the color swatch, and then you'll see this color is a little bit different than what this color was down here. Back to each one of these colors and just adjust the letters with that color. Like that. Now we've got one more effect. What if you want to take this and you want to make it look like the waves are kind of coming over a little bit of that text, so it looks like it's kind of washing away a little bit? We can do that as well. Let me duplicate this page. And then I'm going to take this beach word. I'm just bringing it up just a little bit so that it looks like some of the waves are kind of covering part of the word. For this to work, we need to change this photo just a little bit. So we're going to click on the photo, click on Edit, and I'm going to go over here to my tools and I'm going to use Magic Grab. This is a Canva Pro feature, so is background remover. So if you're on the free version of Canva and you'd like to try it, I'll put a link down in the description. You can get a 30-day free trial. So we're going to click Magic Grab, and it's going to highlight these waves. That's what we want. So I'm going to select it and then click Grab. It's going to take a minute, and then it's going to pull that part of the element off the page for me and put it in front of my letters. There you go, just like that. Now that looks okay, but it kind of looks like it's cut and pasted a little bit. I want it to be a little bit more realistic. So to do that, we're going to add a little bit of a shadow. Click on the grabbed part of the element, the beach. You can see right here, that's the part that I pulled off my page. And if I remove it, you can see it's completely off my original image. So I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to duplicate it. And then I want to place it directly on top. So it's right on top of my original. Then you're going to click Edit one more time. This time we're going to go over to Duotone. And it doesn't matter which one of these you choose. I'm just going to pick this very first one. And you want both your highlights and your shadows, the color to be black. So just drag the slider so that it's black. I know it looks a little weird. I promise it's going to be okay. Next, you're going to click on it one more time and edit again. And this time you're going to go down to blur. We want to blur the entire image and bring it to 40 or 50%. You can kind of play with it depending on what your original image looks like. I think I'm going to bring it to about 50%. That's good. Next, you're going to take this and you want to put it behind your wave image. So go to position and just drag it behind the wave. It looks okay like this, but it's a little too intense. So we want to adjust that just a little tiny bit. So back to position, make sure we have our shadow effect that is selected, and then we're going to go to transparency and bring it down some. About like 45, between 40 and 50%, I think looks okay. And there, it looks like it's washing up on the shore and sort of covering those letters, making it look a little bit more realistic. I'd love to see what type of images you're going to create with this beach effect. So feel free to drop it in the comments below or send me a message because I love being able to cheer you on. If this was helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this in the future. That's all for this week. See you next time.